It is late at night and we are off the grid. And while I cannot vouch for anything else in this world, I can vouch for those two things. It is late night and we're off grid, and we're not just off grid. We're being powered by the car tonight. I'm going to switch that over. I'm going to show you that in a little bit because I think that's the feature of what I want to talk about tonight in my forever conversation of democratizing power. And speaking of that, let's just do a little power check. Let's see how our power is going into today. Well, let's look at what today was. Today's a gray day. This was a live look-in from this morning. Obviously, a live look-in from tonight would just be dark. But a live look-in from this morning, we did not make a lot of power today. I'll show you what that looks like. We did make some. So even when it rains out and even when it's overcast, we are still able to make a bit of power, which is, it always surprises me that we make the power, and then it always disappoints me how little power we actually end up making. But it is, suffice to say, it is something. And what is that something? This is what that something is. That something is, let me just pause this so we don't get ahead of ourselves. But so this is where we were tonight. So we're at 16%. This was 10:06. This is about an hour and 20 minutes ago, 10:06 p.m., 10:03 p.m. And we were at 16% power. And 16% power is pretty low for us. Again, we got about 40 kilowatts on our power wall. So 10% of that's 4 kilowatts. So tack on another 2% for posterity. And we've got about 6 kilowatts that we're functioning on. So in theory, if we're functioning on 6 kilowatts and we're using, let's say, half a kilowatt an hour, it still gives us about 8 hours, but it's cutting it close. And at 10 o'clock, that's bringing us into 6 in the morning. We're not going to be making power. We wouldn't be making power at 6 in the morning under the best circumstances on a summer day. So we're certainly not going to be making it now. But let's see. Let's get back to the power check here and see, exactly. I could see we've made 3.2. You can see down there with the power wall. But here's what we used today, 25. We used 25 today. We used a little bit of heat for a couple different heat sources. And compared to the last couple of days, you see we used 24, 25, 22. So it's pretty much on par with what we do in the late fall, is this kind of energy consumption. And I'm kind of flying through these. I was impatient today, but we generated 3.2. That was low. 3.2 kilowatts on a gray day, even on a gray day, is pretty low. It's not nothing. We're going to roll into the really overcast snowy seasons, and we'll make nothing. And that's always a bummer. But this is why we have the car. This is why we have backup power sources that will help us either charge the battery or power the house or both. And so that kind of gives you the synopsis for where we stood just in terms of power usage for today. So about an average, a little more than average. We might have used a little more heat. Right now, it's a little bit warmer out. It's supposed to snow the beginning of the week. And here you can see our house is using 2 kilowatts. So our house is using 2 kilowatts. That's probably, let's say, 0.2 kilowatts for the fireplace fan and 0.3 kilowatts for the fridge. And then we've probably got water running. So it's probably 1.2 kilowatts there about. And that'll essentially bring us up to the 2 kilowatts. It's late at night. My math isn't going to always check out, but that's what it's going to be. There it goes down to 1.9. That gives you a sense of the power that we use today, and the fact that even when we wake up and the day looks like this, it looks gray and it looks overcast, and that's how it was. It didn't get any better than that today. It rained all day, which frankly we needed, but we were still able to make power. But that being said, switching back to the power now, you could see here we have 16%. Now it's even lower. I could look right now. I could tell you in real time because I could pull it up on my phone. And we are looking at, in real time right now, oh no, I can't look it up. Oh yeah, it is 12%. So here on my phone, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we've got 12%. God, I can't really focus on that. Camera, come on. You could do it, right? Does it need something to focus on? I don't know. Take my word for it. It's 12%. So 12% on our power walls. When we get to 5%, our whole power wall system will shut down. And that is super frustrating because then we essentially have to jump start the whole Tesla system for our house. And nobody likes that. So what we did when we get to this point is we switch to the car power. And where I originally started to switch to that, like, so I was flipping through articles. Oh, where was it? Oh, Huckleberry's taking off. Bye, Huckleberry. I was switching through articles. There was Huckleberry earlier, but he just took off. I was switching through some articles. I think it was this one. So it was going back. This is sort of switching through my flip book. So world's biggest electric ship charges up. I thought that was neat. Solar panels that work at night. I think that's neat. Housing complex designed to tackle loneliness. Game-changing program transforms how households pay for power. I think all this stuff is cool. But what really caught my attention, that was this guy built a boat in his backyard. Family shares video tour of off-grid compound in U.S. wilderness. Quote, enjoying the peace and quiet. And this is interesting. Essentially it's a retirement home that they're building. And I caught a little bit of the video too, because I did think it was pertinent to what I want to share. Where did I put that video? Did I put it anywhere? No, I don't even know maybe I didn't. I thought I captured the video. But they essentially, they talked about how they had built their off-grid cabin, and they had essentially built it as a retirement home, but it is, oh no, it was on this. I had just filmed it, I guess, through this. Hopefully the sound comes through. Let me fast forward through this a little bit. No, it doesn't sound like there's sound in here, but that's all right. So you essentially get the idea. But what it was short on details. I thought it was a neat concept. It doesn't really show their solar panels at all. And it doesn't really give any idea of how much power they use, what they use for backup power, how they switch over. And so it just got me thinking that I should probably share this video, which I just took. I did just take this. I can't find anything. Where did everything go for me today? Did I not? Oh, no, that was just the temperature. You can see what the temperature is. So it's actually pretty warm out tonight. This was, again, about an hour and a half ago. This is when I switched over for the car. But apparently, let me see if I can find this. I just must have not. Here it is. All right.
Well, it's just about 11 o'clock p.m. here on Sunday night on the off-grid farm.
I'm going to stop and narrate my own video as I do this. But it's dark out. It's not just that. I just didn't have a good flashlight.
And we are running low on our Powerwall storage, our Tesla Powerwall storage. And this is a good time to switch over to the car.
12%.
With our car.
12%.
And to give you a little demonstration on how we do that, I probably could have done it during the daytime so that...
It is satisfying to interrupt myself. I've never really done this before. I've given presentations before, but I've never interrupted myself in this way, and this is satisfying. But this is our Ioniq 5.
It was easy to see, but here
our generator on wheels.
Ioniq 5, and we've got our solar shed. And our solar shed not only has our...
It's just the profile of the roof right there. You can see it on the backside. There's the panels.
36 solar panels on the backside, but it also has inside 3 Tesla Powerwalls for a 40 kilowatt storage.
I hope you can all hear that.
And a gateway and 2 inverters that transfer the power from solar DC to house AC. But also we've got a cable that we can hook into the car with an inverter. And I'm going to show you how that goes so that we could switch everything over. So I'm going to set the light up here.
Oh, there are comments. I could get distracted by comments. I just realized there's comments.
But it's kind of fun to see it in the dark, because that's usually how it goes down, is that we stumble out here at some point late at night and we switch over. And so let's see if I can,
all right,
if we can get it. So this is
I can get too distracted by these comments.
Kind of
more important is switching over to the off-grid here.
Inverters.
Adapters. I meant to say adapters is what they really are. One is an adapter, this smaller one that I'm holding, that transfers from the Tesla NACS port to the CC port that can plug into standard,
and this kind of transfers it over from the NACS port, that's the Tesla NACS port.
Should just let myself
talk. To the CCS port that our vehicle to load inverter hooks up to. So we're going to open up the charge port here. Hopefully you'll see that better in a minute once the charge port door opens up. And we're going to put the plug the Tesla First thing is to plug that Tesla adapter right in there.
I get terrible lighting. I got to come back out here with better lighting.
Vehicle to load adapter. This pretty nifty thing here. This thing is fantastic.
This is the Hyundai vehicle to load adapter. We had originally gotten this when we had the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5, and that had a different charge port, which is why I don't know if they actually switched over or not, or you just have to use the adapter. But we do have also the Electron adapter, and they both work well. We just like this one works a little bit better for the conditions that we use.
And this is from Hyundai, and we're going to hook this right up into that. So these connect to each other. And you can hear it lock in. And now here you've got the spot where the vehicle to load will go. Let me see if I can get a better shot of that with the flashlight. My flashlight's dying too, but yeah, you can see how we're going to plug in. And so we're going to take our vehicle to load transfer setup plug switch, and we are going to get ourselves set up in there, snap it shut, press the button so the green light comes on,
There we go.
and presto changeo, the car is now set up for vehicle to load. And we know that because if we go inside and look at the dashboard, we're going to see something different on the dashboard. We're going to see transferring vehicle to load. We have 44% power in the car, but that still gives us 37 hours and 38 minutes. Now, granted, we're not transferring to any load right now, so there's no power being taken out of here, but you can see how much possibility there is and how these are really little, just kind of storage with 4 wheels. It's battery storage, it's a generator with 4 wheels. And so now we're hooked up, car's all hooked up, green light's on, but we're not switched over yet. So how do we switch over? Is we go into the solar shed itself. And I apologize for the terrible lighting, but it is what it is, and this is usually the conditions that we switch over in.
It really is. This is normally how I see it.
What we have to do to deal with it.
It's like first person perspective.
There's 3 batteries. They got a little glow, little green light glow to them.
And trick to anybody who's got Tesla Powerwalls, if anybody's listening to this and your Powerwall is not working properly, the first thing to just do is switch one of those lights. There's a little toggle switch on the back. Is switch one on and off real quick. I did find that lesson, how it
means they're working.
Very handy.
And then this is the Tesla gateway. This is the brains of the operation. This decides how much power we need, when we need it, if it's pulling from the panels, if it's pulling from the batteries. And what we're going to do is we're just going to open this up, take a peek in here. And you can see that we've got a couple of switches. This is all locked.
And when we do get below 5% and below battery on our Powerwall, and our Powerwall shuts down, the way we really have to jumpstart it is by taking the actual cover off this panel. My guess is it would void the warranty. So I haven't done it, but I have seen our Tesla engineer many years ago when we first got it fired up and we were having problems 5 years ago when we had it installed. I had seen him jumpstart this off of essentially his truck. So it was pretty. It's nice to know that there's options and there's backups, but this thing works really well. It's really reliable.
So we really did. They told us to never switch that off, so we won't.
Nope.
But this one, when we switch over to the vehicle to load, to the generator, so to speak, we're going to shut off the solar breaker, and we're going to shut off the energy storage disconnect, and that's just the battery. So it's just
so they don't
making
communicate.
sure the gateway is not communicating with the solar panels or the batteries when we do our switchover.
Yeah.
And what's nice is we've got the electric fence. So this is for the cows and the pigs and all the farm animals, the chickens. The electric fence is our indicator that everything is still working and or...
There's about a mile or two of electric fence, I think.
That's a
I
nice
haven't added it up,
in-house
maybe a mile and a half. Mile
and so
change.
here, this is our sub panel. Our sub panel that comes from the house. We wired the entire house to this panel. So this
and it's underground. It's in a trench underground. So all of the electricity, the main panel comes from the house out to the solar shed and back. So it's it's a two-way street because we're bringing power into the house. We're pulling power out from that. We're pulling power out from the house.
This controls everything with the flip of one switch. As you can see, this is our general plug. It's our disconnect. This is our manual. So basically, this is the top is the house. This is the house main, and this is the generator. This is the generator plug. So what?
So it's 200 amp service, as you could see, and then it look, it's about
you have to do is you actually have to turn off the house main in order to turn on the generator, so that they don't.
So it does limit the volume of power you can bring in, which is something we're looking at investigating, because there's options, way more options now than when we built our house 5 years ago. And so it would be nice to maybe explore some options, but this works just how we need it. So
cross currencies, or
we're gonna go with this for now.
Electricity doesn't get all fried out. So let me see if I can. Let me see if there's a quick way to do this. Or let me see if I could show you.
Yeah, there isn't.
I don't know if you could.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Me, there isn't.
Probably hear it. Let's see if I can. I'll do it a little slower. Usually, I could flip it quick, and you won't even know that it switches. Nothing.
No, do it slower.
Do it slower. In the house, but I'm going to do it a little slower here so that we can see it, sort of how it works. So, main house shuts off.
So the house is off now
because this now is shut off. So hopefully all the animals.
Electric fence is shut off.
And then you slide this up, and you put the generator.
So that's why they call it a lockout switch, because it locks you out until you actually shut the house power off and move the generator power over. In this case, it's on. Generator on wheels.
And lo and behold.
Lo and behold, to the dismay of the cows and the horses and the pigs,
electric
and the donkeys,
back on. Fantastic.
The goats.
So that's great. So now we've got the house. We'll go back outside. We've got everything switched over now. We can leave the confines of the solar shed and the battery storage system that we've got going on.
And in theory, that should work.
And we can see lights still on in the house,
yes,
which is a good
sign. It did work.
And we can see the vehicle to load indicator on the adapter, which is really good.
So these are all the good signs. Check and check. Lights look on.
And
adapter looks running.
Power in the car. And see what that vehicle load is saying now. So we've got 18 hours and 49 minutes. Now that it's powering the house, that makes more sense. It
does. Still only 44% power. So you can imagine if we, double that, at 100% more power, be at 88%. Or if we're at, on 120% more power, get ourselves up to 100, you could really give yourselves a decent amount of backup power just from one vehicle. Our vehicle's double the amount of power that our house normally carries.
Just transferring vehicle to load, but clearly we've transferred and we've got power going to the house. So we can then check our app and just see how much power we're needing right now. My guess it's 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, somewhere in that range, because it's nighttime. Everybody's sleeping but me. Even the dogs are sleeping, the cats are sleeping. The cat
Huckleberry just got up. He did just get up.
They're probably scheming. But as you can see, lights are on. House is powered, internet's on.
Yep. Clearly, if you're listening to me, if you're watching me, internet's on. You can see the lights are on.
We're doing it all powered by our vehicle, which I know you can't really see in the dark, but now that you see the blinky light and you know where it comes from, and you see the profile of the solar shed and how dark it is, you see that it's possible. So living off the grid
is possible.
And it doesn't need to be in a remote, far away place. It could be right around the corner from civilization. And that is how we switch from our battery power, our Tesla Powerwalls, to our backup generator, which just happens to be our generator on wheels, the Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Exactly.
So, thanks. I'm going to do another video during the day. You'll see it much better. But this is fun. You get to see it how I always see it.
I always see it in the dark like that, and I always see it usually when it's pretty cold. Here, I'm just going to fast forward so you can see at least the control panel on there. I usually do it when it's cold out, or it's snowy out, or it's rainy out, or it's just really crummy out, because those tend to be the conditions where you just don't have as much power. And so I think if you were going to design this system from scratch and have the ability to have the manual transfer switch and all of the adapters closer to the house, that would be helpful. But since our solar shed sort of had to be a little bit of a distance just to be able to capture the sun because we're out in the woods, but we're only a mile from town. So we're close to town. We're close to a big city. We're off the grid, but we're not remote. We're not removed. We're not isolated. We're none of those things. We live a very contemporary lifestyle. We have 3 kids, 3 teenage daughters. Everybody needs the internet. Everybody needs television. Everybody needs the modern amenities and the modern things that we, flushing toilet and all of just the things that you take for granted until you can't really use them. But now where we have to make certain sacrifices, it's great because in storms and inclement weather, we know how to manage our power. And we're lucky that we've got the car that supplements, that really gives us that extra boost. So that's really, I had looked at this this video and it was really interesting. I do wish it had the sound because it was narrated, but it was talking just about how remote that they live and how removed and isolated that they are and they want to be. But that's not how we wanted to be. That's not how our family wanted to live. So we designed a very different setup. In our houses for a very, suits a very different purpose. So that's exciting for us, and it works for us. And so now I am coming to you live, powered by the car. We are off of our Tesla Powerwall batteries, and we are on our Hyundai Ioniq 5 setup. So we're good to go for a while now, and that makes me happy. But that does not make me always as happy. Well, that does make me always as happy as anything else. But I found this, we're going to switch over to food for thought. And food for thought, I love music. And so I'm switching over to Marc Rebillet. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name absolutely correctly, but this is super cool. I want to make music better. And these are the things that inspire me to want to do it. But these are the things that also give me a little drum beat to life and a little positivity to know how good of a place this world is. So without further ado, let's make a song in one take with Marc. This is so good. Is that too loud?
Yeah. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If your body feeling right, I can rock it with you. If you dancing with your feet, I can boogie with you. And if your heart begins to beat, I can love it for you. Oh, come on now.
Talented dude. Slower, dreamier B section, he says. Chill keys. He's such a good piano player. There's just layers of talent. It's like he's looping his own layers of talent. I've never been to one of his shows, but I would love to go.
If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. You gotta if you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. I can give it to you. Anything that you want, I can give it to you. Anything that you need, I can give it to you. Anything that you want, baby, I can give If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you.
It's so good though.
If you tell me what you want, I can give it to you. If you tell me what you want, I can
What are we
give
still
it
doing?
to you. If you tell me
Yeah,
what
stuff
you
every day.
want, I can give it to you. Yeah.
That was awesome. But I got to end on that note. That's a lot of fun. We got to, I said, this all is all about keeping it light. We're on the off-grid farm. We got to keep it light to stay powered. And that gives me, that keeps me light and zaps me with a little bit of that positive energy and that joy and that good vibration. So thanks to everybody who kind of tuned in and watched this. Hope you've had enough power for your day. We've just snuck by. We're on car power, but that's all right. Switch to the power you need and do what you got to do. And be good to yourself at the end of the day. Make sure you save a little in the tank. Make sure you recharge your batteries. And I'll see you soon. I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about, but we'll see. I'll probably ramble on another time. Catch you later.